Hello! This is Remote Learning with Mr. Fields, aka the Dalek. Okay, what you guys did was a problem. Hopefully you printed out the little worksheet that was attached to Teams. If you didn't, that's okay. Because I have it worked out for you here, so you want to take this down as notes. Starting off, you're going to need a table with months, interests, and total amount of money. I'm going to change that symbol there. Okay? And then you want to label all the way down to 6. So you want to pause the video right now and do that if you haven't already. Okay, moving on. So, you've done simple interest, which caused you to add 20 every single time in the last problem. This problem we're doing compound interest. Compound interest is special because it does not add the exact same thing every time. It actually changes. So, we have a little bit of different numbers over here. Our principal is $8. Our rate in this case is going to be 50%, which is very high. You will never see this at a bank. And our time is going to be 6 months. So, there is no nice equation for compound interest, if you noticed from the explanation. It's just something that has to be done. And if you do my next Nearpod, you'll see a nice little trick. But for now, we're going to go the long way around. So I have a principal, $8. That's where I started. Month 0, no interest, $8. Month 1, we're going to take 50% of 8. You should all know at this point that 50% of 8 is 4. So the interest for month 1 is 4. You add 4 to 8, and you get 12. That's month 1. Month 2, we take half of 12, which is 6. That's the interest for month 2. We add 6 to 12, and we get 18. And we just kind of keep doing this. So I got 18. Half of 18 is 9. 9 plus 18 is 27. This is getting a little tricky because half of 27 is not a nice number. If we look at what we can half easily, 26, the half of 26 is 13. Now, 14 is 28, which means that 27 lies right in between 26 and 28. So it's going to be 13.5. So month 4, we're going to add $13.5. We're going to add that to 27 we already have, and that turns into 48.5. And we do this again, and I need more table because I'm running out of room. Always plan your tables accordingly. Okay, month 5, we're going to take 40.5 and we're going to cut that in half. Half of 40 is 20, half of 0.5 is 25. And we add that here, so I have 60.75. Lastly, we have 6. We have to cut 60 in half, which is 30. And then to find half of 75. So we can find half of 74, which happens to be 37. Okay. 38 is going to be 76. So we know it's between 37 and 38. So it's going to be 37.5 or 375 since we already have a decimal involved. We're going to add that up here and we have 90 point. Ooh, this is going to be fun. We're going to use a calculator. So if you don't have a calculator, we're going to take 60.75 and divide it by 5. That's not what we want to do. We're going to take 60.75, multiply it by 0.5, and we get 30.375. So we were correct. Which we are now going to add to 60.75, and that equals 91.125. So I was wrong here. 91.125. I think you can see that. Maybe a little bigger. 1, 2, 5. Okay. Do I add the same thing? Now you're asking yourself, Ms. Nack, I can't respond to you, so why'd you answer that question? It's a habit. I do it anyway. Answer is no, I'm not adding the same thing. From here to here, I added $4. from here to here, I added $6. Then I added $9. Then I added 13.5. Then I added 20.25. Then I added 30.375. Okay? There's not even a consistent pattern. This is +2, then +3, then +4.5, then +6.75, plus, I don't even know, 10 something. It's not even consistent. Okay? The growth pattern is crazy. And this is the thing about compound interest. The only thing consistent in it is that my rate was 50% each time. I took half of the total amount of money in my bank account and added that to my next bank account. That's the only thing consistent in here. So unlike simple interest where I keep the exact same number all the way along, so I kept 20 in the last problem, this one, it's a new number every time. The more money I have, the bigger my interest return is going to be. Compound interest is really good for investments in a bank. So if you were to put $8 in a bank, within 6 months you would now have almost $100. That's pretty good. Compound interest is not good for a loan, because that means you took a loan out $8, and within 6 months you now owe them $100. That's not great. So if you're looking at loans, and if you're looking at credit card debt, if you're looking at investing in a bank, pay very close attention to what you want. If you want to make more money, compound. If you don't want to be punished for leaving money in there, simple. Simple is only going to punish you based off the amount of money you had originally and not compounding until you have almost $100 in 6 months. And that has been banking with Ms. Knock. Okay, you have the rest of the lesson to work on. I will see you tomorrow while we find a cheat out for compound interest. Say goodbye, Mr. Fields. Bye.